Hey guys, this is Chef Dangoor from TigerChef. Happy holidays. Today we're going to be making the gift wrap baked ratatouille. In the gift wrap ratatouille, this is all the ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need the eggplant, the onions, the zucchini, all 3 bell peppers, garlic, and tomatoes. So what we're going to do is we're going to saute every single one of these, and then we're going to move on. First, you're going to grease up your pan. Add your zucchini and onions at the same time. This guy has been sauteing for about a minute. We got about another 2 minutes to go. That's about done. Put it off to the side. Put a little bit more butter in there, and you're gonna add your eggplant. Eggplant has a lot of liquid, so what's gonna happen is all the liquid's gonna come out. When it dries out, then it'll start to caramelize. It also is like a sponge, so it's gonna absorb all the oil and butter you put in there. After this is cooked for about 2 minutes, you're gonna add in all your bell peppers. Toss it around a little bit. Add your salt. And at the very end of the cooking process, you're gonna add your tomatoes and garlic. It's important to add it at the end because if you add it at the beginning with nothing there, the garlic's gonna burn and taste disgusting. This way it's gonna nicely melt right into the flavors of everything else. And everything else also will pick up the flavors of the garlic and tomato. The last part, you're gonna wanna reincorporate everything. You put this back in. Now listen, take your time and put it right over and put it right in there. All right, that's it, it's done, it's ready to go. We're gonna take it off the heat. We're gonna let it cool down a little bit. All right guys, so classic ratatouille is pretty much done, what we just did. And what you're gonna do is take basil, do a chiffonade, which is a thin cut, and place it on top. So this is my special rendition of it, and what we're gonna need is some basil leaves, some almonds, some phyllo dough, and I'm gonna let you know, for your own choice, you could actually add mozzarella cheese in this. I choose not to because I like the more classical flavor. All right, so let's open up this phyllo dough. Take it out. Now listen, phyllo dough is super thin. It's gonna dry out very fast, so you have to work quick with it. And I'm gonna show you how to keep it moist for a long time. First thing, I'm just gonna need 1 layer of this. So, be careful, take my 1 layer out. Let's place it over here. I'm gonna fold it back, okay? It's important that you cover the whole thing tightly. Do a tight little wrap. And now, I'm just gonna take a damp towel I have over here, and I'm gonna cover it. That way it's airtight and it's moist, so it won't dry out. Now, I'm gonna take this 1 sheet, place it over here, put my basil leaves aside because we are gonna need those later. What I have over here is butter. Now you could use margarine, you could use oil. I'm gonna use butter for this one because I like that nice buttery flavor. And I'm just going to lightly coat this. Okay, and then after we lightly coat this, you can use blanched almonds or toasted. It doesn't really matter because in the end this is going to be toasted. And I'm just gonna sprinkle a layer on here. Now I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna put another layer of phyllo dough on top and do the exact same thing. You can do 2 to 3 layers. I choose to do 3. Placing of the second layer. Now listen, also, here's another thing. Let's say your second layer rips. Not a big deal. I'm ripping this all over, and you're gonna see that it's not gonna make a difference in the end. A little bit more butter. Another layer of almonds. And a final layer of phyllo. And this last layer, I'm actually not gonna put any oil or almonds on this. We're gonna set this up for the ratatouille. So I got my 3 layers of phyllo here. You want to work fast. This stuff does dry even though we're cooking with it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lay out layers of basil leaves. Right on the bottom. You do it nicely just like that. And then the second thing, I put this in the refrigerator to cool down. You don't want to put warm ratatouille in here. I'm just going to place it on top just like this. All right, and we don't want too much in there, but that's good enough. We'll add another layer of basil on top. Now, this is where you could add mozzarella and cheese in. I choose not to just because I like to have the classic taste of ratatouille. This is exactly what it is. All right, now the way that you're gonna wrap this is first you're gonna fold over one edge on top. You're gonna fold over the other edge on top. I'm gonna bring the back end over. And remember, it's okay if it rips, which it already ripped on me a couple times. You're gonna fold it over, and it's okay if it's loose the first time. You're gonna bring everything back in, and you're gonna start to roll. Every single time you roll, you're gonna wanna make sure that everything is nice and tight. Now, the reason why it doesn't matter if it rips is because there's so many layers on top that they're covering up the rips. And this is exactly what it is. Now, this bottom portion, this bottom flap is on the bottom, so it doesn't open up in the cooking process. I'm gonna wanna transfer this to a baking sheet and bake it at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes until it's about golden. Let's pop this guy in the oven. 350 degrees, 15 to 20 minutes. All right, so let's take out our ratatouille. All right, there we go. Look at that beautiful golden. Looks like a nice little gift wrap, little package. People want to know what's inside over here. It's ratatouille surprise, baby. This is beautiful. This is exactly how you want it to look. And listen, if you want it to be a little bit more shiny, you can take your brush, take off most of the oil, butter, or whatever you're using. Just go over it just to give it a nice little shine. Now, if you cooked it correctly, it'll move all as one. It looks great. Let's break into this guy. All right, so right before you serve, you want to add some color. Just rip up a couple basil leaves and just put it on top, just like that. And that's it. This is your gift wrap baked ratatouille. Guys, this is one of my specialties. I love serving this every time the holidays come around. So take this into account when making ratatouille next time. Give somebody something new. Ratatouille's been done a million times. This is something new. Remember, add mozzarella cheese if you think that it's applicable over here. And yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in to TigerChef. We'll see you guys around soon.